that is so
It
cool.
was
Yeah, and you're gonna
just,
put that to some music, man?
yeah,
Are,
yeah.
are you putting that on your channel? And you're making a video,
Yep.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'll have
sweet.
a whole video on it.
My name is Lieutenant Colonel Lee Roger Wolfgram, and I am a storyteller.
Welcome to the bunker. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Colonel channel and welcome to Rally Point. It's a new thing that Kerry and I are going to kick off in commemoration Kerry, guess what? It's kind of a special day. I have my first recruit, Smitty from Thailand. And so Smitty's a huge aviation guy. He pilot, been like our families, his family's been in aviation, was Bush pilot. Smitty, this one's to you. Thanks for being the first recruit. And I brought you aviation guy, Kerry McCauley. And Kerry, welcome. Let's try this out and let's see if people like it. And if they don't, well, it's good to see you. Anyway, just a quick introduction with Kerry here. First of all, I don't know if you recognize this, Kerry. Do you recognize it? Do you recognize
That same folder. You still got it in that folder, huh?
You got it. You know it, right? There's my 17-year-old signature on this. And so I thought this would be fun for the first rally point to talk about our first rally point. That's basic training. And anyway, Kerry knows the picture. That's how far back Kerry and I go. So when this picture was taken, we're both in it. Kerry was a squad leader. Woohoo! That was a lot of
Big time.
responsibility, dude.
And Super Jock. Remember I was Super Jock?
Super Jock, yeah. Okay, so where are you at here, Kerry?
All right, so that's Claire's boyfriend Liam launching. Right behind him, that's Connor. And then I'm going. And right behind me, it's my buddy, the instructor, Mikey. And you just get going. The parachute inflates above you, and you ski up the side of the mountain.
I'm going next time. That's just a done. Oh,
yeah,
and
it's amazing.
You're making a video of that?
I can't believe we did this. This is the second day, because we were pretty advanced canopy pilots, so they let us go right to the top of the big hill, and that was
yeah, that is so cool.
was
Yeah, and you're gonna put that to some music, man?
yeah.
Are you putting that on your channel? And you're making a video, right?
Yeah, I'll
sweet.
have a whole video on it. It's it shows you some of the training and stuff too. It kind of explains a little bit more, but yeah.
So right now you're just flying,
touch down
right?
once in a while.
And what are you at?
Yeah, right here.
10 feet. Are you about 10 feet there? What's your altitude?
Oh no,
right
I'm
there?
a couple hundred feet up there.
Right, you're at a couple hundred feet, really? What camera
yeah.
are you using there? Is that that
It's the
360 you were? Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Look
Yeah,
how
I like
nice
that.
that's a great camera.
Yeah, I
When
love
you come
that.
in and
Oh, dude! Oh, I'm so jealous. Aw. Yeah, that is.
And then you ski for a while with the parachute on. This is kind of the end of there's Connor, and it was the coolest thing. I was
Oh yeah.
super pumped. And here comes Mikey, come and give him a little high five here. Yeah, got to go do that.
Yeah, again, dude. I'm on the next one. You've got ferry pilot, which is really successful, which I actually am. Our crash is in, which is fun, and that's about. Well, why don't you just tell people what that book is all about?
So, my first real job after flying skydivers when I became a pilot was an international ferry pilot. Basically, I deliver small planes all over the world, some jets, small business jets, but mostly smaller planes, pistons, turboprops, single engine. Spent a lot of time over the North Atlantic in single engine piston planes, delivered them all over the world. And I just had so many crazy adventures over the last 30 years, I had to write a book about it. So that's what I didn't really start out intending to write a book. I was just found I was forgetting some of these stories, so I wanted to write them down. And people were reading them going, you got to turn this into a book, this is fascinating stuff. So I did, and that's how Ferry Pilot was born.
I gotta.
Like you
I
said,
I,
one of the best chapters is when Lee and I crashed a twin Comanche.
yeah, that's a great story.
Spoiler alert,
Well,
folks, we didn't get killed,
we
but
did
it was
not die.
close.
Well, that's pretty exciting, Kerr. And then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about too. So, on Kerry's channel, he has a lot about aviation accidents, and holy shit, dude, what is up? It's just really kind of been a coincidence, but a lot of aviation incidents going on lately. And the one that caught my attention, I'm sure caught yours the most, was that Black Hawk. No, so the aircraft was coming in, and apparently as you're coming into that runway, it's a pretty much straight in right down the river. And they gave them an extension. So when they extended them, they actually turned to a different heading. And I think, there's no way they can see through the bottom of the aircraft. Meanwhile, I think that the Black Hawk also was turned away, and the pilots couldn't see through the bottom of the aircraft. And then you're wearing goggles, potentially. I think I heard they were wearing goggles, and that's tunnel vision. You got to turn your head. You can't rely on any kind of peripheral, vision to pick up those additional. I don't know. What are your thoughts? You're the crash guy.
Well, I've got a couple of thoughts. I've really looked into this a lot. Your camera's off again, by the way.
Yeah. Thanks.
But what I think happened, and what a lot of people happened, is there was another CRJ on that arrival, like 3 or 4 miles behind him. And ATC, the guys in control tower, gave the Black Hawk 2 traffic warnings. The first one was they were still separated by about 5 miles. And basically the Black Hawk pilot said, we see the traffic, request visual separation, which basically means don't worry about us, we won't hit them. And control tower said, okay, cool, dude. And as the 2 aircraft got closer, the control tower actually had a collision alert on their system saying, hey, these planes are going to hit. And the control tower said, hey, Black Hawk, do you see the CRJ? You got that CRJ traffic? And the Black Hawk guy says, yep, we got him. Request visual separation. And I think what he didn't see the plane that eventually hit. He was looking at the plane behind him.
Yeah.
Now remember, they're wearing night vision goggles, so your field of view, they're kind of tunnel vision. You got to turn your head a lot more. But at night in that environment, remember, this is right by Washington, D.C., and so there's lights everywhere. So I think the plane they hit, their landing lights kind of got lost in the horizon with all the lights, and they were looking at the wrong aircraft.
Yeah, when they were confirming that they had traffic, they were looking at something else.
There's 2 things about that. Number one is, if you ever get a second traffic call from ATC, you need to get your head out of your butt and really look around and make sure you're looking at the right traffic, because they don't usually give you 2. If they give you 1, you say, I got him, and you make a course correction to not hit them. ATC sees that, they don't have to bother you anymore. But if they give you a second one saying, hey, do you see that guy? What he's basically saying is, you do realize you're on a collision course, or at least a route to get uncomfortably close. And if this guy's seeing the plane he thinks they're talking about still 3 or 4 miles away, he should be going, why is this guy excited about that? I'm not even close to this guy. So at that point, the Black Hawk pilot should have looked around a little bit more, because there's that second radio call, that's a big one. But the second big thing, and here's where the huge mistake was made, and unfortunately it was by the guy in the control tower. When he asked the pilot, do you see that CRJ traffic? That's all he said. I mean, he said a couple other things, but he didn't say, do you see that CRJ traffic half a mile at your 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
That's what he should have said.
That's very true.
Because that's the whole thing. That would have solved everything, because the Black Hawk pilot would have been, whoa, what do you mean half a mile? Holy shit, there, he's right there. I'm looking at the wrong place, and they would have done a hard bank and got out of the way. But he just said, you see that traffic? Sure, he's 10 miles away. Why even bother me? Because it's not the guy he's talking about. So,
Yeah. Yep.
I get traffic calls when I'm flying skydivers all the time. We have an arrival route that's 5 miles north of my drop zone. And there's lots of times I'm coming in paralleling that arrival route, maybe only 3 miles south of that. So there are a lot of times ATCs saying, hey, we got 737 traffic, 5 o'clock, 10 miles, which is basically behind me that I can't see. And I'm like, okay, looking, I can't see him yet. And they know me, they know I'm not going to cross over into the arrival route. And usually, if they're giving me traffic, I'll start sliding away from them just to make them feel better. If he gives me a second radio call and I still haven't seen that guy, then I'm like, okay, where is he exactly? But they're always really good. They'll tell me 3 o'clock, 3 miles. And they'll tell the other guy, you got a Cessna Caravan, 9 o'clock, 3 miles. So they're using that distance and heading to they're doing it well. That's what they really need to do. And unfortunately, that guy in the control tower just said, do you see the CRJ traffic? That really is tragic.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. Okay, Kerr. So this video here, you were in some scud running, buddy. So tell me
Yep.
about this. Tell me
So
about
I picked up
this.
this Caravan in North Carolina. I'm flying it back, and there's just too much icing in the clouds, so I couldn't go IFR. So I'm scud running here over the Appalachians, and as you can see, there's some snow showers ahead of me, and it's getting thicker and thicker. And at this point, I'm going, man, I don't know. It's there, and
Oh, dude.
nope, not doing that. So the proverbial better run away.
Run
And,
away,
live
run
to fight
away.
another
It's a
day.
Monty Python line. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Run
little
away, run away.
it's a little reminiscent of when you and I flew down to Florida, except for we didn't run away. We just ran through because it was a little. We knew it was just a little bit. That's the killing stuff, right? Just a little bit. It's not that far. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's typical weather up here for pilots that don't fly up here, boy. We get this kind of scud running stuff a lot. And sometimes when I'm flying to court, I have to say I run into that stuff, and you just kind of gotta use your skills as a bush pilot or an army pilot or a pilot that's used to low level flying, because sometimes you're low level and that's the safest place to be, because you can climb right up into that ice for sure. This hotel here, Kerr, is in Rush City, and it's alleged to be haunted. So I'll just let you check this out here. This is my drone, by the way. I crashed it into the tree, and it's still in the tree.
Oh
I lost.
no.
Oh no! I did what I'm not supposed to do. I'm paying attention with the camera, not to where the drone is. Right here, it hits the pine tree. That's why we cut to. Here's the inside of the hotel, and so this is right now. This is a still working hotel, but there's some hot spots, and some other people have done investigations here in this hotel. So one of the hot spots is right here outside of room number 1. And now I've got the EMF, I've got EMF detectors, I've got the channel skipping scanners. We got the creepy picture out here to make sure. Ooh, very scary, creepy. Good. Can you show yourself on the camera? Can you stop the... Thank you. What's your name? What's your name?
That's some serious Ghostbuster stuff right there.
Dude, did you hear it?
Okay.
It responds to
Can you
me.
stop that alarm? Can you stop that alarm? Is it
Williams.
Williams? Your name is Williams.
So that's my spooky stuff. Hey, so we've been talking, Kerr. Thanks a lot for joining me here, and we're going to do this again if people like it. But it was great catching up with you. And until the next time, buddy, we'll catch you.
All right. Have a good one.